He goes to a place at Ohio State where, Joe, to be honest with you, he would have to really, really try not to recruit at all. Okay. He would really, really, really have to try to be bad at Ohio State because Ryan Day and that staff is going to put together. I mean, look, he's got Julian Sain that's coming in, Aaron Nolan. He's got Will Howard. There are two things true that I still think it's a great move by Chip Kelly. Regardless of how sleazy it is, him leaving UCLA, it's a great move for him. Now, I think getting to what Chip Kelly will be at Ohio State, I think it's a great hire for Ryan Day. They have a lot of connections. They know each other. I think both of them know exactly how the other likes to do things. And really all Chip Kelly has to do is go X's and O's on a whiteboard. Okay, that's all he's got to do. It's tailor-made for him. Now, you make a hire like Chip Kelly, it leads me to this. Ryan Day now, I would give him a little bit more of an excuse with Bill O'Brien because he doesn't really know Bill, and you're trying to bring in a big-name offensive coordinator. Now that you go and pay out a head coaching buyout to bring in Chip Kelly as your OC, Ryan Day has no excuses now. They have gone all in with him to try to get him over that hump. Joe, I will tell you from an X's and O's standpoint offensively, I'm expecting them to be at minimum a top 5 offensive team, if not a top 3 offensive team. They should be there. I know that you're not as big on Will Howard as I am. I think Will Howard, because of everything around him, now that he's got 2 dynamic play callers in Ryan Day and Chip Kelly, along with the backfield that he has, the receivers that he has, Joe, I think Will Howard is going to make a very massive leap.
I disagree. I actually disagree with that. And that was kind of like a later point I wanted to get to.
All right. Well, can I finish?
Go ahead.
On here. All right. My thought now with Chip Kelly coming in as their offensive coordinator, it is national championship game appearance or bust. They are there. You've brought in way too much talent. You have way too much coaching talent, especially offensively and defensively, really. Joe, they got to get there. It would be a I don't want to say travesty. It would be, they would miss, on everything that they've brought in if they don't get there.
So this situation, we really liked Bill O'Brien as the offensive coordinator more than most people did. We acknowledged that he was unfairly criticized for some things that he couldn't control and still produced some really talented football players, some very talented offenses that made all of us optimistic of what Ohio State was going to be in 2024. Them losing Bill O'Brien is like your Lexus getting stolen out of your driveway and your insurance company replaced it with a Ferrari. Yeah. Right. It's like having your Lexus stolen out of your driveway and getting it replaced by a Lamborghini. That is how insane of a jump this is. That no one, I think, would have expected that an interaction like this could have happened.
And Chip Joe, Kelly, to be honest with you, Ohio State as a whole should be praised on. Bill O'Brien's leaving. Joe, it was within 12 hours.
Yeah.
Bill O'Brien leaves, boom, Chip Kelly's in. That is what you call a hell of a front office move. Ohio State is functioning at a higher level. It might be at the highest level than anybody in the country when it comes to personnel moves and coaching moves.
Now, my biggest takeaway from this, the run game, which we already were high on, Travion Henderson, Quinshon Judkins are about to have a prolific season. The rushing attacks that Chip Kelly has put together, the seasons that even with the Eagles, with Oregon, even at UCLA, he took Zach Charbonnet, who is a fine running back, and turned him into one of the better running backs in the country 2 years ago.
The running game is going to take a massive step forward.
It's going to be unbelievable, the production that they're going to have running the football. I think that the only, not loser in this situation, but the one I'm wary of to determine, see if it's a fit, is Will Howard playing in an offense that historically has featured more mobile quarterbacks. Okay. I know that Sam Bradford, not probably a little bit more similar to Will Howard in terms of like physical profile. But for the most part, all of these guys that have played in Chip Kelly's offense have been very mobile quarterbacks. I'm not saying he can't succeed. I'm just saying I need to see how he's going to fit because it feels a little weird. And another piece to this, I think it's a lock that Aaron Nolan ends up being the quarterback who wins that later battle between Julian Sayin and him. I think that Aaron Nolan is the perfect player to play within this Oregon Chip Kelly scheme that we're going to get in not this upcoming season, but next year. And I also just final quarterback thought, I wouldn't be surprised if Devin Brown doesn't find his way into the offensive mix as a wildcat guy, as a sub package guy, way more than he was supposed to be getting onto the field last year. That's another thing I would pay attention to.
I would agree with you if Chip Kelly would have the full reign of the offense.
It was his former head coach. I think he's going to give him a lot of control.
But Ryan Day is going to still be lean more pro style stuff. I agree with you with the running game. Okay, but from a passing attack, this is where I think it makes them dangerous. I think Ryan Day, from a passing attack standpoint, is actually above Chip Kelly when it comes to throwing the football around.
Yeah.
Chip is a mastermind in the running game, which is, look, you bring him in, I got to be real with you. I think that them as a duo makes this more dangerous because I think Ryan Day gets to a place where, hey, man, when it comes down to it in the passing game, I'm going to have a lot of say-so, which this is where I disagree with you on. The only thing I disagree is I think that Ryan Day is going to want to be a little bit more pro style when it comes to getting back in the pocket, drop back, throwing the football around. Joe, we just saw it. All right. I think there's a reason that you bring in a guy like Will Howard, and I think there's a reason you bring in a guy like Chip Kelly because they're going to be dynamic in the running game. But don't forget what kind of quarterback was Ryan Day. Ryan Day was not a run around type of guy.
Like we saw him play, it was a UNH.
Well, I saw him play. I saw a clip just a moment ago.
Yeah, the one I shared.
The one that you shared.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I think it is a great hire, okay? I would even go to as far as to say clearly this is as big of a home run hire as that you can have now that Bill O'Brien is out the door. I just want to make it well known, though, when going back to the original point, when I took a lot of criticism about telling UCLA to fire Chip Kelly, they should have done it. I just don't think he wants to be a head coach in today's world, and that's fine.
BetOnline remains your top spot for all of your live betting action and contests. NFL, college football, UFC, NHL are all in full swing. BetOnline is your number one source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions with both desktop and mobile access at any time. Head to BetOnline today and use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for 50% off your first deposit. That is a 50% welcome bonus. BetOnline, where the game starts.